This is the program that shows you the side of police chase videos they didn't want you to see.
He picked up speed, look at that!
Bungled arrests, kamikaze crooks, and cop-based carnage of all kinds. Welcome to Cops Uncut 2, the real car crash TV.
On my way!
Coming up, we take criminals with force, hang around at a garage, and get hot under the collar. Ever wondered what would happen if you drove a Corvette at speed into something very big and very hard? Well, it would look probably something like this. There's not a lot left of the car, but amazingly the driver's still in one piece. Let's see that again, shall we? Stealing a fast motor like this is one thing, but you've got to have the driving skills to match. This car thief manages to slalom round the first lorry, then the second, but it's third time unlucky as he loses control and smashes straight into the back of the large, obvious obstacle in his path. The vet seems to vaporize on impact, leaving the driver skidding through the dust, still sitting in a comedy upright position. As the police close in, the suspect adopts a more horizontal pose, perhaps hoping for a little sympathy. Instead, he gets a lot of guns pointed at him and a shiny set of handcuffs to stop him from totaling any other cars that don't belong to him. His stolen motor has been reduced to the dictionary definition of the term write-off, while the suspect has suffered only minor damage to his bodywork. But it's clear that neither of them is likely to be roadworthy anytime soon. On Cops Uncut, we've seen police bravery take on everything from armed robbers to animals on the rampage. The Michigan cops racing down these icy streets, however, have been called out to face a particularly unusual foe: an empty Cadillac. Yes, this driverless car has somehow got stuck in reverse.
Stand back! Stand back!
And now it's spinning itself backwards in ever-increasing circles.
Don't try to jump in that motherfucker!
Getting more and more dangerous all the time, the unruly caddy's arc grows wider and wider.
Are we gonna stop and kill before it takes out a gas pump?
The situation could become highly explosive. So far, it seems that none of the macho bystanders are particularly keen on tackling the mischievous cad.
Don't try to jump in it, I'm telling you, I tried it, it fucked me up.
They wisely stand back and watch the car revolve. Then one of the cops comes up with a bright idea. He's worked out that it's probably easier to hop on board via the closed passenger door.
Guys, stand back! Get the fuck back!
Our brave Bobby approaches the rotating motor, and the situation gets tense.
Be careful, Brian!
As Brian battles against chronic dizziness, he prizes open the door. And finally brings his magic roundabout to a stop.
My partner's a hero, got the car stopped.
Everyone is so impressed.
Like it's something you see on Cops, man. It was swinging in reverse with the door swinging open.
Especially the cops, who relate the events to their colleagues in colorful terms.
Dude, it was fucking crazy. I've never seen anything like it before. I'm like, I gotta get this fucker stopped before it hit the gas pump. I was gonna take my car and fucking ram it. Stop.
Even the police want to see a replay.
I hope it's on the video, dude.
So, especially for those Michigan boys in blue, here it is one final time. Now that's what we call an all-round American hero. Drunk test dummies. The DUI test is used to establish a suspect's level of intoxication and usually leaves little room for romance. In this case, we can see that the officer keeps a close eye on his suspect, as she performs a series of rigorous mental exercises. A cross-examination follows.
I've never announced that.
You've never known it?
Yeah, I have.
What grade did you go through at school?
Ninth.
The words are saying one thing, but the body language is saying something else altogether. Let's see what they really mean.
I've never announced that.
You've never known it?
Yeah, I have.
What grade did you go through at school?
Ninth.
Could this be the start of something beautiful? As the evening progresses, the cop and his new admirer seem to be getting on famously. The woman stands close to the officer and tries her hardest to impress him with her finger control.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1.
1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1.
1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1.
1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1.
At one point, she even tries to hold his hand. The signs are all there,
Never had a speeding ticket in my life.
but the cop just doesn't know how to read them.
You're under arrest for driving while intoxicated.
Perhaps it's a little early in the relationship for handcuffs. So the woman tries to speed up the formalities.
What's your name?
It's Don Williams,
Don.
Officer Don Williams.
Never had a speeding. I have had 4 speeding tickets in my life.
But she's tried the subtle approach before and Officer Don hasn't twigged. So now she just comes out with it.
Is there any way that we can sell this to test?
She couldn't make it much clearer than this.
Is there any way that we can sell this to test?
But Don still doesn't get it.
Through what?
And the special moment is suddenly over. Given this lady's fine display of hand-to-mouth coordination, some would argue that the drunk test dummy in this instance
Is there any way that we can sell this to test?
is Officer Don.
Through what?
Still to come. Things get messy. They get loud.
Stolen car!
And they get dangerous.
Taking off again.
Everybody knows that the white van is one of the most dangerous things on the road, especially when its engine is on fire. Luckily, the cops know this, which is why they valiantly attempt to put out the barbecued motor. Fighting flames isn't the policeman's forte. They usually leave that side of things to the fire brigade. But there's a woman trapped in the van, so this courageous officer risks everything to try and pull her out. For some reason, it seems she doesn't want to come. Perhaps she's stuck, or maybe she just wants to stay warm. Either way, it's not until a second officer takes his life in his hands and dives in to help his colleague that they're able to pull the driver clear of her four-wheel death trap. And not a moment too soon. Seconds later, the whole front end of the van is in flames. Eventually, the fire brigade turn up and put the inferno out. But it's the cops who put their lives on the line to rescue the woman that are the real blazing squad. No matter how often they're used, there are some tricks that still fool the cops time and time again.
How you doing, sir?
The one we're about to see is an old favorite.
I'm trying to get to my girlfriend.
And it goes something like this. Suspect gets pulled over by cop for a routine traffic violation.
Like twice the speed limit.
Cop gets out of car to question suspect.
This is your driver's license.
Suspect lulls cop into full sense of security with mundane chit-chat.
He's at the 7-Eleven.
Before mashing the gas and leaving the trooper for dust. In this case, the officer does a pretty good job of getting back to his cruiser and continuing the pursuit.
I'm in 1080 northbound on 300 west, approximately.
But the crim hasn't finished having his little bit of fun just yet. The policeman follows him down the streets and catches him nipping into a car park,
We're in the parking lot by the RC Willie there, approximately.
where he finds the man attempting to camouflage himself amongst the other parked cars.
Okay, he's stopping now.
But no sooner has the cop stepped out of the motor and slammed the door, the suspect does the same thing all over again.
300 west.
As he pulls out into the busy traffic, our villain suddenly does something that really isn't very smart at all. He jumps a red. And it all goes horribly wrong.
Let's get back on rolling here. We got multiple vehicles.
The SUV takes the brunt, spinning across the road after slamming into the suspect's sedan. The officer dives into the carnage. Now, you'd think the suspect wouldn't be in any fit state to pull the same trick this time. So the cop goes to help the lady in the SUV. And by the sounds of it, she probably needs all the help she can get. But while the officer's back is turned, the suspect somehow slips from the wreckage of his car. And by the time the cop notices, the man has pulled his third and final vanishing trick of the evening. In spite of using the most obvious of techniques, the police still couldn't catch this slippery suspect. And even when a bystander decided to total his car, he was still too hard for this cretinous cop to catch. When you've just been ditched by your fiancé, the last people you want to run into are your friendly neighborhood police.
Hi there. How you doing?
By their very nature, cops are looking for trouble, and more often than not, they find it.
Come stand over here for a second. What happened to you? How'd you end up here? I left my fiance, and we left. We're going home. And she's got the car?
Rather than offering the man a shoulder to cry on, the stout officer displays a remarkable lack of compassion.
I broke up with his girlfriend and abandoned him.
Spilling the humiliating details of his breakup right in front of his face. The other cops just seem to find the whole thing very amusing.
He's been walking the wrong way for the last 5 miles. Yeah.
But the cops don't seem to have twigged quite how upset this man is.
Why's he wandering around?
Nor have they realized that the bridge all this is happening on is probably not the safest of places for an emotionally unstable suspect. So when our portly policeman confronts the guy with an outstanding warrant for a previous driving violation,
Galveston County says they want you.
it's all the jilted ex-boyfriend needs.
Turn around, face the wall.
To tip him over the edge.
Turn around, face the wall.
Literally. The barrel-chested Bobby goes after him but ends up clinging on for dear life when he sees just how far the fall is. His colleague comes to the rescue.
Well, hang on, brother. I'm hanging.
A heavy cop is a real test of upper body strength.
Run.
Defying all known laws of physics, the tubby trooper is pulled back from the brink. Luckily, he can see the funny side.
Wow. That was entertaining. Yeah.
For the guy who jumped, though, it's no laughing matter. Because when the officers drive underneath the bridge, they find that gravity hasn't been as kind to their suspect, who's alive but has some nasty leg and back injuries. So thanks largely to some insensitive handling from the cops,
I broke up with his girlfriend.
the guy who got dumped
Turn around, face the wall. decided
to jump and ended up with several broken bones as well as a broken heart. Police Academy Lesson 97, Speaking to Criminals. As a rule, cops don't speak, they shout.
Stolen car.
Here, the officer is helpfully informing the car thief what type of vehicle he's driving.
Stolen car.
Shouting is, however, only effective if performed within earshot of the criminal concerned. So, while it's possible to raise your voice slightly when speaking to your colleagues,
61033 traffic in pursuit.
This truck just came up stolen.
a dangerous car chase like this means you'll have to let your sirens do most of the shouting for you.
That's one northbound US 1.
If you're lucky, your fugitive might inadvertently provide you with another opportunity to flex those vocal cords. So start with a little warm-up first,
Okay, they're right down here below me.
and then say the same thing again, slightly louder.
They're right down here below me.
Now open your lungs to full capacity and let rip.
Okay, come out with your hands up or we'll turn the dog loose now.
So remember, if something's worth saying, it's worth saying loud.
Stolen car.
No matter how obvious it is, try to keep your crooks within easy shouting distance.
They're right down here below me.
But if they still think your bark is worse than your bite,
Okay, come out with your hands up or we'll turn the dog loose now.
then simply send in the hounds.
260 at the corner. On my way.
Here's a textbook example of an officer taking our police academy lesson about 5 steps too far. Generally, American police officers are the model of restraint, but every so often something will happen to push a normally mild-mannered cop over the edge. Take this roadside incident in South Carolina.
No, your window gone now! Put the car, put your damn keys out the window! No! Out of the car, on the drive, now!
The way this trooper is yanking the lady driver out of her car at gunpoint,
Get on the drive! I have my seatbelt on!
you'd have thought that she was guilty of first-degree murder. But no, this is apparently how you get treated when all you've done is drive 10 miles an hour over the limit.
On the ground!
We can't help but feel that this is something of an overreaction.
Roll over and stand up. Roll over, stand up! Stop bloody now! Been behind you for the last 8 miles with blue lights, sirens, everything going, and you don't want to stop!
Maybe he's had too much coffee this morning.
Roll your window down now!
Or perhaps he just doesn't like women.
Out of the car, on the drive now!
Whatever, the cop's day is about to get a whole lot worse. Because thanks to the clear evidence of abuse on his very own dashcam video, this lousy lieutenant is later fired from the force.
Don't drop me, don't drop me!
Here's a fine example of a desperate fugitive making a break for the Mexican border. In this blue Ford is a felon trying to leave the US.
Looks as though the Mexican officials on the border have shut down the border.
But burglary suspect Ed Price isn't alone in the car. The cops are all too aware that Ed has his baby son Justin in there with him.
It's gonna get dramatic here.
And they're treating it as a hostage situation.
Okay, he's coming fast into this completely blocked off traffic area.
But no matter how many cops, or for that matter cameramen there are in his way, the man's determined to make it through the barriers to freedom.
He is not stopping. He's turning, he's running it. Right now he's only about 100 yards from the border.
For a moment it looks like he might make it.
He's going quickly towards the border.
But the border is closed.
All lanes are stopped going into Mexico.
Once he hits traffic, the cops close in.
We've got officers moving towards the vehicle. Many officers moving towards the vehicle. Looks like they've got him completely surrounded.
The police have him cornered and quickly show they mean business. But with a kid in the car, even the most gung-ho Californian cop knows he has to take care.
This person doesn't seem to want to get up. I can say that there are dozens and dozens of officers surrounding this vehicle on foot right now. Seems unlikely they can go anywhere.
But he does. Ed Price goes to the back seat to hide behind his own son. He knows that no one will shoot at him if he's protected by his child. He starts to brandish a knife. Negotiations continue. Ed wants safe passage across the border and won't settle for anything less. Fearful for the child's life, the attending officers clear the way, and Price finally exits the car. Holding the knife to his own throat, he edges towards Mexico with baby Justin tucked under his arm. The police try to reason with him, but Ed isn't having any of it. So just as he's about to reach the boundary, a silver-haired cop showers father and son with pepper spray. It's over in the blink of an eye. A hot jet of mace to the face, and the suspect is distracted long enough for someone to whip the kid from his arms. The father makes a break for it. He loses his footing, but in the mayhem he somehow wrestles himself back upright and carries on towards what he thinks is freedom.
The suspect, if that is him, he is on the Mexican side of the border.
Ed's made it all right, but he's also made a terrible error of judgment. Somehow, in his desperation to flee US soil, he's ignored the fact that Mexico might just have its own police force as well, and that Mexican officers might be waiting to arrest him as soon as he arrives on the other side of the fence. This guy was so desperate for freedom
Approximately 1.5 miles from the border there.
that he endangered his own son.
I can say that there are dozens and dozens of officers surrounding this vehicle on foot right now.
And in his frantic attempt to escape,
He's going quickly towards the border.
didn't realize the warm reception he'd get
The suspect, if that is him, he is on the Mexican side of the border.
on the other side of the checkpoint.
Taking off again.
What is it with American cops and fast food? This court case all started with a nasty run-in at a drive-through burger joint. Here, 17-year-old Wendy's employee Brandy serves hungry police officer Mike McDonald. Yes, that is his name. But McDonald reckons that Brandy has shortchanged him by a whopping $10. Brandy's manager is called to check the till, but he finds everything to be in order. In steps McDonald. The man obviously knows his limits. With the scare of her mama coming down, McDonald threatens Brandy with arrest. With the missing $10 still looking like it's not going to appear, it's time to get physical. And it's all caught on tape. The cop clearly adopts a threatening stance as Brandy backs up against the wall. And when she refuses to comply with his verbal intimidation, the guy gets hands-on and empties a can full of pepper spray straight in the girl's face. He's endangered someone's health, abused his position as a cop, and prevented this poor bloke from buying his lunch. So what happens when burger-loving cops try to throw their weight around? Well, apparently absolutely nothing. Because despite compelling video evidence to the contrary, the judge presiding over McDonald's case throws out 3 of the 4 charges. Truth, justice, and the American way, indeed. One thing's for sure, he won't be welcome in Wendy's anymore, but perhaps there's another famous chain of burger restaurants where the aptly named officer might be more at home. So let's rewind today's treats. We've totaled Corvettes, stopped out-of-control caddies, women came onto us, and women got rescued. One villain got away with it, another fell to earth. We learnt to use our voices. Then we abused our new talents. We made a dash for the border and got shortchanged at the drive-thru. Be careful out there.